and welcome to Ask My Tablet, the show where you send in the questions and I ask my tablet. So that's how it works. Just leave your questions in the comments and we'll use them for the next show. We got them quick this time because YC had already sent in 10 questions, and then y'all gave me some questions, which I really appreciate, and we got them. We were able to do it sooner, this time. And we've already got 6. And Leela, the one I just got from you will be on the next one. We already got 6 questions for the next one, so we just need 14 more. So y'all get them in, and we'll do it again. So I've been doing this show a long time. I've always really liked it. Some people just haven't watched it before. Try it. If you haven't watched, definitely try this. Watch the rest of this video, and see what you think. But I think it's fun, and you learn some things, and you never know what Alexa is going to say. It's funny. It's funny a lot of times what she does say. So let's get going here. Like I said, the first 10 are from YC Cooks and Bakes. Y'all check her channel out. Okay. Let's see. Make sure I got the sound up right all the way. All right. Okay. Alexa, what percentage of celery contains natural salt?
According to the available data, the percentage of celery containing natural salt is around 30 milligrams of sodium per medium stalk of celery.
That's not really that much, from what I remember from the nutrition facts and stuff. So that's not real bad. Okay, Alexa, what is the difference between a simple carb and a complex carb?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, complex carbohydrates contain longer chains of sugar molecules than simple carbohydrates. As complex carbohydrates have longer chains, they take longer to break down and provide more lasting energy in the body than simple carbohydrates.
Okay. And Alexa, why is zinc important for the human body?
Here's something I found on myfitnesspal.com. Zinc helps support the immune system by limiting inflammation that can be damaging and helps to fight infections by aiding the development of white blood cells.
Okay, that's good. And Alexa, what food offers the most zinc?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, the best source of zinc is oysters, but it's also plentiful in red meat and poultry. Other good sources are beans, nuts, crab, lobster, whole grains, breakfast cereals, and dairy products.
So what is that they're showing? It looks like bark or something. I don't know. Well, it's not an oyster. I can tell you. I don't know what that is they got there. It looks like bark or wood. It shows a little block of wood. I don't know if that has anything to do with that. Okay. Alexa, can an alligator outrun an average human adult on land?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, on land, alligators run a bit slower than humans, but can sprint as much as 35 miles per hour.
I know I can't run 35 miles per hour. I mean, I guess it'd get me. I'm lucky if I can walk fast, with my knees the way they are. Okay, okay, Alexa, how many different kind of wren birds are there?
Through Vedan2.com, around 35 to 44 subspecies of wren birds are widely spread over in various parts of the world.
I was hoping she'd show a picture of one. Okay, Alexa, can a person just go climb a mountain or do they need a permit?
Sorry, I don't know that.
She doesn't know that one. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Maybe if it was on, like, national, whatever it is, national parks or something like that, where they patrol and everything, I don't know, maybe it's on something like that, but I don't know if you'd have to if you just went out and, so all land has got to be pretty much owned by somebody. So was it just mountains? Would they be just owned by nobody? I've never really thought about that, who owns all the mountains and stuff like in Utah and South Dakota, and anyway, if it was owned by a private party, I would imagine you would have to ask about it, though, and if it was a national park, I would think you probably would. So I don't know. It's been a long time since I climbed a mountain. We used to have one back behind where my grandparents lived. They owned a lot of land behind their house, and it went all the way up a mountain. They had a mountain back there. It wasn't huge, but it was pretty big. And as time went on, they ended up selling pieces of it off, and finally it was all gone. I always hated that. Okay, but you got to do what you got to do. I mean, they had a lot of things happen. Okay, Alexa, is there a cause of death that a life insurance company will not cover?
Sorry, I don't know that.
She doesn't want to get involved in that, I guess, for some reason. But, I mean, I imagine, suicide. I mean, I've seen stuff, fine print, seems like in some we've gotten a mail or something before, but that would kind of make sense, be logical that they wouldn't cover that, Okay, Alexa, do some people believe that vampires have existed?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Alexa, do some people think that vampires are real?
Here's what I found.
Well, what did it just do? It just went off or something. Wow, that's a real question that made her go. I don't know what she did. She's vampire movies have shown up, is what it is. She just sent me a bunch of vampire movies. Well, I'll just say one more time. Alexa, are there real vampires?
I have it on good authority from zombies and werewolves that vampires do indeed exist.
Okay, she's just messing now. See? Okay. That's about as far as we can go with that, I guess. Let's see what this says. Okay, with Alexa, with inflated prices on eggs, were egg sales up or down for Easter 2025? I'm going to have to ask her again. Alexa, with inflated prices on eggs, were egg sales up or down for Easter 2025?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Let's just ask if they were down. Alexa, with egg prices so high, were sales down for Easter?
From usatoday.com. In April 2023, a dozen eggs were $3.27, a record high Easter price, and egg sales weakened during the 2 weeks before the holiday as compared to the prior year, according to DataSembly, which tracks prices and sales in real time.
He must not have information for 2025, I guess. Well, anyway, the chances are it was down for sure. Okay, and here's two from Amy K. Alexa, how many types of cheese are there?
There are many different types of cheeses in the world, almost too many to count, so I'll list the ones I think are pretty good and I'll try to be brief. Cheddar is the most popular cheese in the world, but there's still tons of others, like Red Leicester, Paneer, Wensleydale, mozzarella, parmesan, and halloumi. There are low-fat options, but some are fatter than others. There's also Venezuelan beaver cheese, but I might have curd that wrong.
How about, she says, I'll list the ones that are pretty Gouda, and I'll try to be brief. And then at the end, there's also Venezuelan beaver cheese, but I might have curd that wrong. She's funny today. Okay, and Alexa, how many types of birds are there?
I know 10,968 species and 21,200 subspecies of birds.
Wow. Look at this. Ow. Okay. And here's one from Flower Child. Alexa, does a dog get any vitamin D benefit from the sun?
Sorry, I don't know that.
She doesn't know. And here's one from Diane Parker. Alexa, what bird is the most popular in the United States?
Here is what I found from farmandery.com. The most numerous bird reported in the United States was the red-winged blackbird, with 1,609,037 counted.
That's not... That is not what I asked. I don't know how to... What is the favorite bird? What is the most favorite bird? Alexa, what is the most favorite bird in the United States?
From 10best.com. Considered to be America's favorite backyard bird, the cardinal is chosen pretty frequently as a state bird.
Don't even have a picture of one? Good grief. Okay, cardinal, I guess. And here's two from Joy, My Joy. And then she has three more at the end here. Alexa, where is the coldest, driest, and windiest...
From UNP.org. Antarctica is the coldest, driest, and windiest place in the world.
Okay, I don't know if she would catch the way it was. I said it. I didn't know she would get that. So it's Antarctica, and Alexa, what is the world's oldest known cake recipe, and it comes from where?
Good afternoon, Michael. Finding some cake recipes. Okay, for cake dessert, here's a few recipes.
That is not what I want. What's the world's oldest cake recipe? Alexa, what is the world's oldest cake recipe?
Finding some cake recipes.
I don't want that.
Okay, for cake dessert, here's a few recipes.
Well, here you go. Some recipes, everybody. She won't do it for some reason. That's a glitch. Okay. Here's one from Crystal's Place. Y'all check her channel out, too. Alexa, what makes a rabbit different from a rodent?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, rabbits differ from rodents in having an extra pair of incisors and in other skeletal features. Rabbits, hares, and a few other species make up the Lagomorpha. Shrews, moles, and hedgehogs are also not rodents. They are classified in the mammal order Eulipotyphla.
Huh. Okay, so they got more teeth for sure, says. An extra pair. And the last three are from Joy. Healthier hen. Okay. Alexa, a healthy hen can lay more than how many eggs in a year?
Here is an answer from an Alexa Answers contributor that I translated. A hen can lay an average of about 250 to 300 eggs per year.
You know, that doesn't seem like that much, though. I mean, well, I guess, that's like less than one egg a day. Is that? I mean, I thought they laid more than I thought they would lay several eggs a day. But, like I said, if it's 250 to 300, that's not even one egg a day. So it takes a lot of eggs. I mean, a lot of hens to make all them eggs. And it would make, especially if a bunch of them, they say, you know, died. No wonder. Since they, you know, don't make that many. Get with it, y'all. Make some more eggs. Okay. Alexa, World War I was initially called what?
Okay, for cake dessert, here's a few
What?
recipes.
I don't want cake dessert. No thanks. Let's see if... Okay, Alexa, World War I was initially called what?
Okay, for cake dessert, here's a few recipes.
I don't want cake dessert. No more cake dessert. Let me get it off that. Maybe it'll, okay, let's try now. Alexa, World War I was initially called what?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, World War I was originally called the Great War.
The Great War. Well, I heard, and I wrote this down. It says it's called the Great War, and I kind of remember that name. Let me see if I can get this a picture of this, because if I get it straight, I have to get it straight. I want to use this maybe for. I think that's straight. Oh, good! It clicked off right after that. But anyway, I heard also the war to end all wars, but I've heard it said as the Great War before, and I have heard this other phrase, but that would be a long way to describe it. You know, it's World War I, World War II. Oh no, change that one to the war to end all wars, or the Great War. It just didn't sound the same. Okay, Alexa, the only fruit with seeds on the outside are what?
Here's something I found on the web. According to reference.com, strawberries are the only fruit that has seeds on the outside.
Isn't that funny? I mean, now you know if you didn't think about it already. I mean, looking at them, but that's funny that they're the only one like that. And also, I've heard something about what they're related to. Wait a minute, let me see if it does. It's a bonus. Alexa, what are strawberries related to?
Strawberries are related to blackberries and raspberries because they belong to the rose family.
Rose.
Wild strawberries, in particular, are even more closely related to blackberries and raspberries than to cultivated strawberries.
And they're in the rose family. Isn't that crazy? I've never seen roses with strawberries on them. That'd be pretty nice. You get a dozen roses and have, 2 dozen strawberries on them. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can get her to sing us a song. Hopefully it might be a new one or something. Alexa, sing me a song.
Shirley Chisholm was elected to the U.S. Congress, first African-American woman to have done this, sat 7 terms in the House of Representatives. In 72, she ran to be the president. After leaving Congress, went back to education, continuing her service to our fortunate nation. Unbought and unbossed was her famous declaration. Let's thank Shirley Chisholm for all the inspiration.
All right. How about a joke or two? Alexa, tell me a joke.
Where should you go if your spaceship runs out of gas? Uranus.
Okay. Okay. Alexa, tell me a joke.
Why can't you make a dinosaur omelet? Because they're extinct.
Eggs stink. Okay, everybody, that's going to be it today for Ask My Tablet. I hope you enjoyed it. She had a issue with some, and she didn't know what, like she's just stuck on trying to sell us some, what was it? Well, she wanted us to watch some vampire movies when we were asking about vampires, and wanted to sell us, what was it? Cake recipes or something. So she tries to get you to buy something every now and then. That's, you know, I guess that's part of her job. So I hope you enjoyed it, and get them questions in for the next one. Like I said, Leela, yours is on the next one. And we've got 6 questions so far, so we need 14 more. Get them in, everybody, and we'll do it again. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out, and hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Everybody, I hope you have a great day or great night, as it may be where you're at, and God bless. Bye, everyone.